Hey guys, Ash here coming at you today, highlighting a very cool and easy method for Mass Valkyrie at Town Hall 9. Before I do that, just wanted to check in the Clash with Ash clan. They just won their 200th win today, so huge shout out to those guys under Fogg's amazing leadership. Great job, guys, and keep up the good work. Now I'm going to go ahead and switch accounts real quick. And we are back with the main account here, and what I want to do is just go ahead and review 3 attacks with you guys today, all by Smith here. And Smith has a really tried and true and relatively simple method of a Mass Valkyrie attack here, using 17 Valkyries. Now he uses miners in the clan castle. That's going to be an important part of this attack, so keep in mind, miners in the clan castle, 17 Valkyries are going to be starting out with a Queen Walk. And really, guys, on any Town Hall 9 attack, what is the #1 thing that can go wrong in these attacks? I mean, it's very, very simple. You've heard it ad nauseum by now, and it's the funnel. If you screw up the funnel and your Valkyries or your Queen or your King goes around the base and it wasn't intended, well, that can definitely ruin your raid. So that's why I wanted to bring you guys this very simple method today. This strategy, I feel, will really benefit those who, struggle making the funnel, or maybe they want to do some sort of a mass Valk attack, but they look at a base and they just have trouble seeing exactly what their entry point should be and how to create the best funnel. So this creates a really wide funnel into the base, using the Queen and the Queen Walk, and then using the King by himself to really establish both of the flanks for that funnel for the Valkyries. Then you just go ahead and bring in those wall breakers and send in the Valks. So by this time, you should have a real obvious path to the core of the base, and it's really that easy establishing the funnel with this method here. Sometimes your King might die. That's why it's really important to choose wisely when deciding where to attack from with both your King and your Queen. So obviously, you should be starting out. Oh, by the way, guys, quick digression. You can see the minions against the Valkyries here. If you drop a heal spell on Valkyries as they're engaging max minions in the clan castle, or even an enraged baby dragon, they'll actually be able to keep up with the damage, the heal spell that is. So don't worry and panic and start dropping rages on top of the heal or anything like that. Just one poison spell and one heal spell will keep all those Valkyries at full health, so don't panic. Okay, so the Valkyries are making their way kind of around the sides of the base here. That's not the end of the world. You have the healers on the Valkyries, and you can see you want to deploy the miners with this strategy if you have them in your clan castle. If you don't have access to miners, so first of all, guys, I have been filling up as many of you with bowlers and miners who don't have access to them as I can, but it's getting a little bit overwhelming, not gonna lie to you guys, so I'll still do my best if you hit me up on Twitter, but I can't guarantee I'll be able to make it over to your clan every time. So you can see, though, the miners here doing a lot of work. The miners are essentially tanking on the back end for your Valkyries. They also help with cleanup. Obviously, 3 minutes now for Town Hall 9 attacks. That's probably like 4 months old now, but you know what I'm saying. You don't have that luxury of having those extra 30 seconds, and the miners do a great job both of tanking. They're very, very hardy, triggering traps and giant bombs, and also helping on cleanup. So they're very, very valuable, and they have great synergy with the heal spell too. So if they do happen to cross paths, if their AI gets a little funky, or if you actually planned it out and they cross paths with the Valkyrie, then you can go ahead and drop the heal and get double the bang for your buck there. And the miners will almost always stay alive until the end of these raids when you use them on the back end. Definitely more effective than Hog Riders are, so I actually like this better than Go-Va-Ho using this particular method. So we're going to hop into the other attack here, and I started to say in the last replay, and I kind of got sidetracked there, but you want to pick these spots, your starting locations, very wisely here. So first thing you should do when you're looking at a base trying to use this strategy method is creating the funnel for your Valkyries, right? So how are you going to do that? Obviously, we know by now we're going to be using the Queen Walk on one side, we're going to be using the Barbarian King on the other side. So let's start with the Queen Walk here. You might have to use the Queen Walk, the Queen, 4 healers. You might have to bring a baby dragon with you or a few wizards to make sure the Queen goes in the right direction as well. And then what you want to do is, when you have your Queen going in the right direction, everything's going according to plan, then you drop your Barbarian King about 120 degrees, depending on the base, to the left or to the right, to the east or to the west of the Queen, to establish that nice wide funnel here. And then you can deploy your Valkyries. Now, obviously, when you pick both of your flanks, when you pick both of your entry points for this strategy, what you want to do is always make sure that you put your Queen in the area of the base that's going to be under the most defensive concentration. The most dense defensive area along the perimeter is where you want to put your Queen queen, obviously, because A, she can shoot over walls, obviously. Do I even need to mention this? And B, obviously, the queen has the healers on her, and ideally, you'd like your king to stay alive. So your king, you want to pick a spot on the map on the other flank that your king can be deployed in a relatively safe area. That way, hopefully, he's not going to die. So that's very important when picking your entry locations with this strategy. From there on out, the spells. We should probably talk about the spells because it seems like everybody has their own preference, especially when using these Valkyrie attacks, as to what spells they prefer in these raids. So I like this combination that Smith uses, and this combination both of spells and of troops really should benefit attackers who like to really master and refine their skill in one strategy, and then you can use this same strategy against almost any base. So if you like mastering a strategy rather than looking at one base and then choosing your type of attack, kind of being a more flexible attacker, that's what I like to try to do. But a lot of people just really like having a go-to strategy that they really feel confident in, and that's clearly what Smith does here. You can see the only thing that's changing in all these attacks isn't the spells, isn't the main kill squad, the 17 Valkyries, it's just the funneling troops. So obviously choosing whether you should use the baby dragon or just wizards to create the funnel, that's all that's really going to dictate any kind of changes or amendments into this army. So you can see here now another nice wide funnel. This one didn't need to be super wide because you can see the army camps around 3 o'clock there can be cleared out by one wizard, and that really makes up the entire 120-degree entry point that you're looking for with this strategy. So let's end off on the spells here. Once again here, the Valkyries will stay alive versus these max minions. No need to panic again. The heal spell is down. Everybody's staying at full health, and we are looking pretty good here. So spells, guys. Everybody has their own preference on spells. I've seen mass Valk attacks with pretty much every spell combination imaginable at Town Hall 9. I've seen even free spell be used on the enemy queen if you hit from the far side of the queen. However, I'm not advocating that today, especially not with this method. A lot of people prefer using just 4 heal spells or using 3 heal spells and 1 rage spell and not even worrying about using the jump spell in the core, and that really comes down to personal preference, guys. I like having the jump spell because you never know with those Valkyries if they're going to take some crazy AI direction and then head outside the base again and then wrap their way around the base. Now, sometimes you can actually recover from those types of mistakes in terms of Valk AI, not your mistake, but the Valkyries. But also, if you have that 1 jump spell, it will help lure them to that area, and that's kind of why I prefer the 1 jump, the 1 rage, and the 2 heal. The reason I prefer the 1 rage is because if something unforeseen happens, you can use the rage on the queen walk portion and still successfully get the 3 stars. So that's why I like bringing that 1 rage just in case you need it in the queen walk. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this video, giving you something simple and kind of tried and true and tested for you guys to have success, especially if you're in a slump at Town Hall 9. So guys, thanks so much for watching. I really appreciate it, and as always, take care, guys.